This conference will now be recorded.
Well, I want to welcome everybody to the December 17th, 2020 Woodbury Go-To meeting. If we can all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence for all those who are out there working hard. Keep us safe. Here's our flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, is there anybody out there that got something to say? Public input? Okay, we'll move on. Administrative business. I need a motion and a second to accept the minutes of the 12/3/2020 town board meeting.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Tyler.
Hey,
Desiree, please.
Frank, excuse me, before we do any more, Clara, could you send Joe the call-in number, please?
I did. I sent it to him, to his Parks and Rec email.
Okay.
Can you send it also to
That
his
doesn't have
phone?
that on his phone, so you probably have to text it to him.
Yeah, you got to text.
Right.
It.
Okay, let me,
But we'll keep going on, and when he gets on, we'll do the part of the generator. So roll call, Desiree, please. Yes.
Yes, Supervisor Palermo,
Yes.
Councilman Burke,
Yes.
Councilman Etzel,
Yes.
Councilman Hernandez.
Yes.
Councilman Hunter.
Abstain, I wasn't there.
Okay. I need approval of the abstracts, Desiree, please. I think there's 4.
No, there's only one abstract tonight. It's abstract 23. It contains vouchers 2016-65
All
through
right.
2016-50.
I'm thinking of the budget mods. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
All right, do
That's
the one
all right.
abstract.
20. Okay, we'll only pay one set of bills tonight.
That's it.
2016-65 through 2017-58, and it totals $285,636.52.
Okay, I'll make that motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Tyler. Desiree, please.
Supervisor Palermo,
Yes.
Councilman Burke,
Yes.
Councilman Etzel,
Yes.
Councilman Hernandez,
yes.
Councilman Hunter.
Yes,
Okay, now we go to the budget modifications. Desiree, please.
There are 3 this evening, all for the 2020 budget, and the first is for the general fund by increasing a 1680.200 central data processing equipment by $575, a 1680.401 subscription service from Microsoft by $5,140, a 5990, a 599 appropriated fund balance by $5,715. For the library, increasing L7410.401 telephone by $250 and decreasing L7410.403 heating, oil, and gas by $250. And for the general fund, increasing a 2750 AIM related payments by $29,613 and decreasing a 3001 per capita by $29,613.
Just a clarification on that for the board members and the public. We get AIM money every year that used to come from the state. Now it comes from our sales tax revenues. And so we were asked to change the A number to A2750 for those payments and no longer a 3001 per capita. So that was the reason for that. Okay. I need a motion and a second.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Jackie.
I'll second, Tom.
Thank you, Tom. Desiree, please.
Supervisor Palermo,
Yes.
Councilman Burke,
Yes.
Councilman Etzel,
Yes.
Councilman Hernandez, Councilman Hunter.
Yes.
Hey, Joe, is your TV on in the background? Is that a TV?
Oh, hold on, sorry.
You have to clarify what Joe you're talking to.
Oh. I guess the other Joe is on now. Okay.
It's
Yes,
the guy
sir.
it's the good looking Joe.
Oh, that's right. That's right. It's the taller Joe, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which one's taller? I don't know.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
All right. Let's go to new business. All right, Joey, you're here just in time.
Okay.
Authorize the town board to accept the proposal for the community center generator. Jackie and Tyler and have a few questions on this, so, and as well as Desiree, so hold on and let them speak, and then maybe you can answer them, okay?
Okay.
Tyler, do you want to go?
Okay. Yeah, Joey, who sized that? It seems awful big.
For it is awful big, but for everything to work, if we have an outage in the middle of the summer, anything less than that, it won't work the air conditioners. So a 30 kW, you're on the borderline, but a 50 kW will run everything. And in case we want to expand someday on that building, we'll have plenty of power.
Okay. All right.
I'm looking at it. There was one that was on diesel. Is the Gentech one on gas or diesel, Joey?
You can get either one. If you read the Gentech, they'll give us either the diesel or the propane.
Okay, Jackie, you had a question?
Yeah, I was just curious, the pricing, just one bulk pricing, it didn't show what, what the generator was costing, because I know that when I was working on a similar project personally, I was given a full quote like this, and then I ended up purchasing my generator separately, and I saved close to like 40% on what they were asking. So I think it's important to know they mark up these items, and in all honesty, you can order it online and have it delivered directly. I mean, if you have a supplier, you can order it and then have it delivered directly, and that could save us a little money. So that was my question, and you answered my second, because I wanted to know what is the square footage that they're giving this quote on. So it's a two-part question.
It's not the square footage, it's the load that we have in there. The air conditioners, the heaters, the hot water heater. That's why they're giving us, that's why they wanted 50K. Two places wanted 50 kW. To go back to your first part of your question, I did go on Sourcewell. That is a bid process that we belong to. They gave us a bid. The guy quoted us a bid with everything for a Cummins was $30,000 just for the generator. To get it hooked up, it would cost about $9,500 to $10,000 for electrician to come, run the wires, dig the trenches, hook everything up. So I feel that Gentech, all we have to do with Gentech is make a pad. That's it. Maybe a couple $100 in concrete. We have a pad. They do everything. We don't have to touch nothing. Either if we do diesel, they'll get it ready for us, put all the wire in it. If we do the propane, they'll run the propane in there from the tank. So they'll do, and we don't do nothing. They come, they start up, and they do the maintenance. So that's why for the amount of money, and you are right, online, a generator for that big of a generator is like $17,000. So if you add the $10,000 or that you would have to get hooked up, you're in that ballpark, Jackie.
Okay, thank you.
Joey,
Yes.
you should you have a big propane tank there, right?
1,000 pounds, yes.
Yeah, you should, 1,000 gallons. You definitely, 'cause
1,000 gallons, yeah.
diesel, you're gonna have to be in the wintertime adding stuff, and it's, you have to really keep an eye on it.
No, and again, it's just that you get either one or the other. I feel the propane is the way to go because we got 1,000 gallon tank in there. If we know there's a storm coming, you call the guy up, say, listen, top it off just in case. And in all reality, how many, we might use it once every year and a half, maybe 2 years or something for 3-4 days. So I think the propane's the way to go. If we use it more often, I would say the diesel, but I think the propane's the way to go.
No, you won't use it very often. We used ours in 30 years. I think it was 300 hours. In 20 years, rather. Sorry.
Oh,
so you
but again,
yeah.
Joey,
you're right.
Joey,
Yes.
the Gentech, I'm reading it. They do provide the concrete pad.
No, Frank, read it again. I read it again. I think it says that the supplier, I think we have to put the concrete pad in. That first paragraph.
It says, we are pleased to supply the following generator equipment with the full installation of the gas connections, concrete pad, electrical connections.
Oh, okay.
Underwriter.
All right. Then I read it wrong.
Yeah.
Well, then we don't have to do anything. That's even better.
Right.
They do it all.
Now, Desiree once had mentioned that we need this broken out as per the generator cost and then the work.
That's required per the procurement powers, your procurement policy. Because any purchase of a single good between the price of 10 and 20,000 requires 3 written quotes. I was only provided 2 written quotes, so I'm guessing.
Yeah,
I
that's
do
what
have
was
another.
asking.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, guys.
So it needs to be separated out, the price of the generator and the price of the installation. So that well, first of all, because when Clara does the prevailing wage report to the state, she needs to give them the price of the work being done. So she needs to know what the labor price is separate from the good price. And you guys should have it to make sure you're complying with your procurement policy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and Joey, you said you had another quote somewhere?
Yes, Nebraska, but they quoted on a smaller unit, so they really,
well, you can put it in anyway. You can put it in anyway.
So I have.
Well, you gotta do apples to apples. Joe McKay, attorney, am I correct on that? They can't. You have to have apples to apples. You can't do 1 quote for one size and 2 quotes for another size.
So you really need to be able. That's what the quotes are for, to be able to, apples to apples.
Let me ask a question, Joe. Does that mean that Nebraska's not going to be able to bid for 50K? They only can go for the 30. They're not capable of a bid for 50.
I didn't see the back. I'm not fully familiar. I didn't see all the documentation. Was Nebraska the third bidder?
Nebraska put a bid in, but I don't even think it was for a 30K. I don't have the stuff in front of me. But, I mean, I could call Nebraska and ask them to come up and give us a price on a 50K. I'm sure they will. I mean, if that's what we have to do.
Is the Gentech a 50K?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it an emergency purchase in any way?
No.
No, not really, Joe. I wish I could say it was, but it isn't. All right, so we'll hold off for the next meeting. We'll redo it, and Joe will get us the proper paperwork, and we'll bid on it. Actually, if you can get it by November 30th, Joe, we can do it at that meeting.
December 30th.
November?
No, December 30th.
I will call.
Yeah,
to be clear,
we're going to have a town board meeting on the 30th.
Frank,
I will call Nebraska tomorrow.
Okay.
You got to get 2 more quotes, correct?
Just a quote. It's not a bid, right? It's just a quote. What prices are?
It's just a quote.
All right, just a quote.
Frank, just going back to what Joey said, I read when I found where he was saying we have to provide the pad for Gentech. It's on the the fourth paragraph, if you want to say, if you want to use paragraphs, Gentech will deliver and set the generator on a customer supplied concrete pad within 30 feet of the crane. So it's the actual quote, it contradicts itself.
Well, no, Joey's, have them put it down as what, if they're gonna do the pad or not, okay?
I will take care of it tomorrow.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
You never scheduled a special, you haven't scheduled a special meeting for the 30th, so you probably should do that
Yeah,
tonight.
we did. We did. A while back,
When did you do it?
a couple of months ago. I mean, we could do it today, but I know we
Okay.
did it for a couple of months ago. Well, we'll do it anyway. What's the big deal?
I'm checking the minutes while you guys are talking, and I don't see it on any of the past agendas. Was it an extra item, you think?
It might have been, because I had mentioned that we were gonna
You know
meet
what? Is
on the
that the
30th.
abstract?
I know there
I'm
was an
sorry,
email
Frank.
about it. I'm back in October's agendas, and I don't see it on any of the agendas.
Well, how about the minutes?
Well, that's going to take me a little longer to read through because they're a lot longer than the agendas.
Okay. All right, let's go on. I need a motion and a second to appoint Audrey Wolf as a library clerk, part-time, 15 hours a week, grade level 2. Where am I? At an hourly rate of $18.7105. Starting date will be 12/21/2020. So,
I'll make a motion.
thank you, Tyler. I'll second it.
Okay.
I'll second it. Desiree, please.
Supervisor Palermo,
Yes.
Councilman Burke,
Yes.
Councilman Etzel,
Yes.
Councilman Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilman Hunter.
Yes.
Okay.
What was the start date? What did you say the start date was?
12/21.
2020.
Monday.
Thank you. Okay.
Authorize the board to appoint Karen Poggio to assist the Woodbury tax collector, which would be Carol Herb, through Thursday, December 31st, 2020, on a per diem basis with an hourly rate of $17.5317. I've spoken with several people about this. She's there strictly to help her get out the mailings. I've made it clear that she's, because with the bonding and all, she's not there to collect money and she's not there to make deposits. She's simply there to learn that part of the job, because she's going to have to do that next year. So that's the purpose behind it. And we'd be paying her on a per diem basis. She'll hand in a voucher with the amount of hours she put in, and then we'll pay it that way. So I'll make the motion. I need a second.
I'll second.
Thank you, Tyler. Desiree, please.
Supervisor Palermo,
Yes.
Councilman Burke,
Yes.
Councilman Etzel,
Yes.
Councilman Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilman Hunter.
Yes.
Okay. Now we need to accept the accept the resignation of Carol Herb as tax collector effective the end of the day on Thursday, December 31st, 2020. I'll make that motion with regret. She's been a fantastic tax collector for the last 30 some odd years. Is it 30 or more?
32.
More.
Okay. Well, we don't want to, but she's been here for quite a while. And we only wish her the best of luck in her retirement. No, I need a second.
I'll second it. Tom.
Thank
Burke.
you, Tom. Desiree, please.
Supervisor Palermo,
Yes.
Councilman Burke,
Yes.
Councilman Etzel,
Yes.
Councilman Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilman Hunter.
Yes.
I just looked at her letter, 32 years. Thank you, Carol. All right, we're gonna add that thing here in case you don't have it.
I went back all the way to September and it wasn't done.
Okay, I make a motion that we have a special meeting on December 30th, 2020 at 10 a.m. in the morning. This is the end of the year meeting that we have every year. And of course, an agenda will be put out for it. So I need a second.
I'll second.
Thank you, Tom. All in favor, Desiree, please.
Supervisor Palermo,
Yes.
Councilman Burke,
Yes.
Councilman Etzel,
Yes.
Councilman Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilman Hunter.
Yes.
Okay. We'll move on to department reports. Desiree, can you please read the supervisor's report?
Yes. Supervisors report November 2020 received $307,737.32 and expenses totaling $2,586,710.47.
Thank you. I need a motion and a second.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Jackie.
I'll second.
second.
All right,
I second.
Tom.
Yeah.
Tom. Okay. Desiree, please.
Supervisor Palermo,
Yes.
Councilman Burke,
Yes.
Councilman Etzel,
Yes.
Councilman Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilman Hunter.
Yes.
Okay. I have the town clerk's report for November 2020. I have the ACO report 2020, November. I have the police department, November 2020. I have the Woodbury library meeting on November 24th of 2020. I have the director's report for November 2020. I have the Parks and Recreation report, minutes of November 17th, 2020. I have the Woodbury Buildings and Grounds and the Parks report for 2020 in November. And I have the Beautification Committee held December 3rd, 2020. And we have the budget versus actual for as of November 30th, 2020. Okay, let's open up to some board meetings. Tyler?
I'd just like to wish everybody a happy holidays next coming weeks. Be safe and enjoy, and congratulate Carol Herb and thank her for 32 years of great service. And I'll have to remember to make out my check to somebody different next year. Thanks.
Okay. Bob?
No, just happy holidays. And yeah, like Tyler said, still got to be careful and safe out there and be smart. And looks like next year with the vaccine coming around, things will start getting better. And that's a good thing. So take care.
Jackie?
Yeah, I want to write on that coattail in regards to Carol. 32 years is a long time, and we're very thankful for her dedication to Woodbury. I got to say, tax collectors aren't the best person that people want to engage with because of what they do, but she made it very pleasant. So we're very thankful. We wish her much luck and lots of fun adventures. I also wanted to acknowledge the Beautification Committee. They did such a wonderful job, and the Parks Department and the Buildings and Grounds Department. I know Maria Hunter and Justin put up the Winter Wonderland display. The res looks beautiful. The decorations on 32 look great in front of all of our departments. And so it definitely made the end of 2020 a lot more brighter. For the work done on that. And then I also, Christine Kirk, our senior director, has officially finished her work with the senior department. Unfortunately, there was all types of stuff going on during that week that she left. We want to wish Christine very wonderful transition to her new journey, and just to thank her again for the work that she's done with the senior center. And of course, happy holidays. I hope everyone had a great snow day, and then we look forward to TGIF. It's Friday tomorrow, so have a full holiday and see you in the new year.
It usually is Fridays after our board meetings, so you're right. It is a Friday tomorrow. I got a few comments I'm going to make. I'm going to do one first as a resident of the town of Woodbury rather than my supervisor position. Several months back in September, Andrew offered to give me the list for the zombie polls in the town of Woodbury. It got to the point where I had to file a FOIL. He stated over the Columbus Day weekend he would look for it, and now we're almost on the Christmas weekend. As a resident, I find that very disturbing that an elected official would be losing paperwork. I find it even more disturbing that he's the only one in the village that got that paperwork. I don't know what's going on over there, but it should have been filed with the village clerk, and it wasn't. But the good news is I got the list. It was simple. I called O&R up and I got the list from them. So tomorrow, as the supervisor, I will be filing it with the town clerk, and I will also be filing it with the village clerk. So for anybody in the village who wishes to get that list, now you know where to find it. You don't got to go looking through all your stuff. And maybe next time the village will have a policy that not one person gets their paperwork and doesn't share it with anybody else and doesn't file it because it's just wrong. And as a taxpayer, I find that very offensive. As a supervisor, it's unconscionable. So that's what I got to say on that. Want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Well, we'll be here before the new year, but one never knows. I want to wish everybody to be safe, and God bless everybody that survived the storm. I hope everybody turned out okay. And with that,
Frank?
Yeah, Tom.
Hey, it's Tom. I just want to make a quick comment to the Beautification Committee. I just want to also mention, I don't want it to go without saying it, the job that Maria, the Beautification Committee, Justin, it looks beautiful. Route 32, you always know when it's coming, when those they're up. I know that Rob Wine and his staff, they assist with that, so that I want to thank them for it. I want to wish everybody also a great, a great holiday season. But I will end with one thing though. All through these last years, since the early 2000s, every year around this time, I would always hear the job that, I mean, everybody who works for the town all through the years, everyone does an outstanding job. Everybody puts all their hearts into it. But there was one person who my father would always talk about in the months in the beginning of each year, and that was the job that Carol Herb did. He always used to say that, you know what, the town is in such great hands with Carol, with collecting the taxes. Never makes a mistake, is on top of everything. So to lose someone like that, congratulations. Wish her nothing but the best. And on behalf of my father, who's not here, I know he would have wanted me to say that to her. So with that, thanks for letting me add that, and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to everybody.
Okay, there's a couple more things I wanted to talk about. Number one, we did get the bond for the pool, and it came in at an incredible 1.16%. I find that completely and totally amazing. And the interest payment is almost a third of what we were expecting to pay. We also maintained our AA plus rating, which I have it in my email. I'm going to print it out and put it on our webpage so people can see just how they do the ratings and to see just how financially secure the town of Woodbury is in. We have very little debt. We have no intentions of incurring debt other than the pool. And within, I think it's 2026, the only debt that we will have will be the pool. So we are in tremendous shape. We seem to maintain our fund balances. And I am very, very proud of this administration for its fine financial responsibilities. The other thing I wanted to bring up, we've got a couple of laws that probably will be coming into effect beginning of the year. One will be with the zombie polls that I spoke with Joe today, that he's finishing up for us. We will go to a public hearing and we'll vote on it. And the town will start moving forward on the zombie polls that are on State Route 32 and the county roads that are in the town. We'll leave it to the village to do their roads. That's their responsibility. They can start on Quaker Road. I think I've got 8 of them on my road, and my road's less than a quarter mile. And last but not least, Joe has put together a resolution that we will be putting together in the new year, possibly on the 30th. As you know, the village has decided to keep our parkland fees, and we need to find a way to fund it. I'd love to take the credit for it, but Councilman Tyler Etzel came up with the idea that because the interest rate is so low, we're basically, it's like $86,000 less than what we were expecting. So we're going to do a resolution to form a parks line in our budget. The monies will be strictly used for the parks. It won't be dedicated the way the last one was, where it can only be capital improvements. It'll be for just improvements in our town parks. It won't be used towards maintenance. And our first deposit of it will be about $80,000. And I hope that future boards will continue to fund that budget line, so that we can build up our supplies for taking care of our town parks.
Do you mean a reserve fund?
Joe, you want to talk about it?
Desiree, I didn't hear that.
Are you referring to a reserve fund?
We're probably
funding
going
a
to do
reserve
something.
fund, or is it just-
Yes, it's probably going to be along those lines. I want to get a copy of the one that we have for the building department. I mean, for the buildings fund, but without the need for a permissive referendum. But we are going to start a new fund so that we can fund the parks.
Okay.
We'll have to clarify whether it's a line item or a fund, but the intention is to at least, at a minimum, start a budget line to at least allocate and indicate how the funds are being used for the park. If we determine that it's going to be a fund, we'll handle it appropriately.
Correct. We're just looking into it right now. I spoke to him about it just yesterday, and he's going to work on it for us, and we'll take it from there. And I think the town board should approve something like this, and I would hope that they would continue it. It's a tremendous idea, and considering the fact that we budgeted $132,000 for the interest, and it's only going to cost us 40 some odd thousand. we can't keep budgeting 132,000 for that particular thing because we know how much it is now. But I think along those lines, if you take out that amount each year, you're not raising your taxes because it's already in there. It's already in the budget. So I think it's a brilliant way to do it. And as I says, I thank Tyler for coming up with the idea. Just that it can't be done the way we thought it could be done, but that's okay. We're still funding it. And I hope that future boards continue to do that. With that, I'm going to ask the town board to make a motion to Joe.
Frank,
Oh,
before-
right, the ELT. Go ahead. I'm sorry. You want to talk about ELT?
Well, I wanted to talk about Carol, but sure. I just wanted to say congratulations to Carol.
So
and
would
her-
I, by the way, in case anyone wants to
Oh.
fight me.
I'm sorry, Desiree. Don't shake
That's
your head.
okay. She's just my mom. No big deal.
Exactly.
You didn't call on Tom either.
You're right. Well, he's not in my picture, so I don't see him.
Oh, okay. Joe,
All
you
right.
can go first.
Carol,
Joe, you can go.
Carol, congratulations. I wish you all the best in your retirement. 32 years is an incredible time of service to the town. Congratulations, and happy holidays to everyone if I don't get a chance to speak again.
Okay. Tom, how about you? And then we'll go to Desiree.
He spoke already.
Well, I didn't know if that's all he wanted to say.
No, I'm fine. Thank you. That was
Okay, Tom. I'm sorry. You're not here, so I don't see you.
good. No,
Out
no.
of sight, out of mind, you know? Desiree, go ahead.
That's what my kids say to me.
I know.
I just want to say that Councilman Burke made me cry when he said what he said about my mom, and I greatly appreciate it. And I agree that the sentiments you've said that your dad would feel are accurate. If you don't know, my mom is Carol Herb. I'm sure most people know it, but some people may not. It's been fun with her being tax collector growing up. We used to spend Christmas Day putting stamps on tax bills and labels and getting them out in the old days when it wasn't computerized and everything was done by hand. That's how I grew up in my mother's house with taxes. And now I need to find something for her to do. So if anybody has any ideas, I have a mom for rent, or I'll pay you. And let's find something for her to do, because this is not going to be good for me. And that's all I have.
Okay. And once again, congratulations, Carol. We really love you, and I'm going to miss my Saturday morning meetings, dropping off my taxes on the last day of the month. All right. With that, I need a motion to close.
I'll make that motion.
Wait. What about Joe? You want to speak about the ELT or not?
I'll just do it quickly. I did send around an email. As everybody recalls, we were scheduled to go to trial earlier in the week, and it is settled, of course, subject to the board's approval. The board had kind of advised me the parameters of, what they would accept as a settlement, and we settled it on those terms. So now we're preparing the paperwork. Once it meets with our approval, we will ask, probably on the 30th, I'll provide the board with a resolution authorizing the supervisor to sign the settlement docs. I did send out an email today, so take a look at that. I tried to explain the various terms of the settlement. When we get the actual settlement documents finalized, I will circulate those as well. If anybody has any questions, just let me know.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you. And
Thanks,
I think
Joe.
it's and I think the settlement is very reasonable, and you did a great job with that, Joe. Thank you. All right.
Thank
For
you,
the fourth
Joe.
time, I want a motion to close.
I will
I'll make that
motion.
I'll second it.
Thank you. And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.